Start recording. So, after describing in detail Ambal's Sthula Swarupam, so Ambal is sitting in the middle of the Bindhusthanam. So, in the Bindhusthanam, Ambal is sitting in the Pancha Brahmamaya Paryankam, and on top of that Pancha Brahmamaya Paryankam, Kameshwara is sitting, and on the lap of Kameshwara, Kameshwari Lalita Parabhattarika is sitting. And in the last set of shlokas, Durvasa Acharya has explained the Ambal's Sthula Swarupam. Actually, Ambal's Sthula Swarupam ends with shloka number 186. So 168, sorry. From 169, it is all Ambal's Stuti. So from 169 to end, till the end, it is all Stuti for Ambal and any prayers for Ambal. So Stuti and prayer. Stuti means stotram and prayer means prarthana. So stotram and prarthana are going to come from now onwards. What does he say? Adima rasavalambam anidam prathamokti vallari kalikam abrahma kita jananim antakalayami sundarim anisham. Sundarim anisham antakalayami. Sundarim. Ambal's name is Sundari because she is so beautiful, right? So that is why Ambal is called as Sundari. Sundarim antakalayamim anisham. I meditate upon that Sundari. Antaha means inside. Antarmukha samaradhya bahirmukha sudurlabha, says Lalita Sahasranamam, right? So Ambal has to be meditated upon in one's own heart. So Acharya says, I worship, I meditate that Sundari in my heart. And how is that Sundari? Adima rasavalambam raso vaisaha, says Veda. Brahman, another name for Parabrahma Swarupa is Rasam, because Brahman is the essence of all the living beings. In fact, Brahman is the essence of the entire Srishti, entire universe. The Brahman is the Rasam. All the other thing is the Chakkai. Chakkai we normally throw out. So Maya we throw out. Brahma Swarupam we hold on to, right? So Raso Vaisaha Rasaghyeva Labdvanandi Bhavati Rasagumhi Eva Ayam Labdva Anandi Bhavati, says Upanishad. So Adima Rasa Avalamba. So Ambal is like that. Ambal is that Parabrahma Swarupam. Anidamba Prathamokti Vallari Kalikam. Anidamba Prathama Vukti Vallari Kalikam. Prathama Vukti. Vuktam means to tell. To tell. Vuktam means to tell. Prathama Vukti, the first thing that was ever told is Vedas. Because first from Ishvara, Vedas came, and only with the help of Vedas, even Brahma can do the Srishti. So Vedas are called as Prathamokti. And Ambal, so here the entire Veda is imagined as a shrub, as a herb, as a creeper. Creeper, the best word. The entire Veda is imagined as a creeper, and the flower that comes out of the creeper is Ambal. So Ambal is like that flower that comes out of the Veda creeper. Anidhamba Prathamokti Vallari Kalikam Abrahma Kita Jananim, as Parabrahma Swarupi, as Veda Swarupi, Ambal is the creator of everything. Abrahma Kita Janani Varnashrama Vidayini, says Lalita Sahasranama, right? Abrahma Kita Janani. Brahma means Chaturmukha Brahma, husband of Saraswati. Kita means a small insect. From Brahmaji to a small insect, Ambal is the Janani. Ambal is the Mata. That is why the Lalita Sahasranama starts with Shri Mata because she is the mother of everything, including Brahmaji and the smallest of the smallest bacteria, Abrahma Kita Janani. I meditate upon this Ambal, who is the Sundari, says Acharya in the shloka. Next shloka, Kastukshitau Patiyan, Vastustotum Shivangavastavyam, Astu Chirantana Sukrutaihi, Prastuta Kamyaya Tanmama Purastat. Here, again, the first shloka of Saundarya Lahari. Acharya says, Shivashaktya yuktaha yadi bhavati shaktah prabhavitum nachedevam devaha nakhalu kushalas panditumapi atastvam aradhyam harihara virinchadipirabihi pranantum stotum va katam akritaha punyah prabhavati. Hey Ambal, you can only be worshipped by who? Hari, Hara, Virinchadipirabihi, Ataha Tvam Aradhyam Harihara Virinchadipirabihi. Hey Ambal, you are the Shakti for Parameshwara. Without your help, Parameshwara cannot even move a blade of grass. Appadipatta unnai only Hari, Hara and Brahma, Harihara Virinchadipirapi, only Hari, Hara, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, only they can sing your praises. Even in order to sing your praises, it is only possible for them. If I am singing your praises, I don't know how much punya I have done in my previous janma, says Acharya in Saundarya Lahari. Exactly the same thing here Durvasa Acharya also says. Ambal stotum Shivanga Vastavyam. Ambal is sitting on Parameshwara's lap. And that Ambal who sits on Parameshwara's lap, in order to Kshitau Patiyan Vastu Stotum, in order to sing the praises of Ambal, who can do Kastuhu? Who can sing praises of Ambal? We don't know. You have to have a lot of punya. Astu Chirantana Sukrutaihi. Even I am remembering Ambal in this janma, because we have taken a lot of janma. We will also be taking lots of janma as well. But in order to remember Ambal in this janma, how much punyam I have ever done? We don't know, right? Now we have done a lot of punya. That is why we are spending this time in remembering about Ambal. How many people, how many billions of people are there in this earth? And how many people remember Ambal? We don't know. Nobody knows, right? Only a small population is even aware of Vedas, is even aware of Lalita Sahasranama, and only a very smallest fraction they are studying Lalita Arya Dwisati. So we are studying this itself is a phalan of lot of koti janma sukritam that we have done in the previous janma. And here Acharya says, Astu Chirantana Sukrtaihi. Sukrtaihi means punya. Astu Chirantana Sukrtaihi Parastuta Kamyaya Tanmama Purastad. So I have done all these punyam in my previous janma. Only then I can sing the praises of Ambal. Let that Ambal come in front of me. Prastuta Kamyaya Tan Mama Purastad. Purastad Astam Naha Puramathitu Raho Purushika, says Acharya in Saundarya Lahari. The same words here Durvasa is using. Prastuta Kamyaya Tan Mama Purastad. Let that Ambal come in front of me. Prabhu Sammitokti Gamyam Parashivot Sangatunga Paryangam Tejaha Kinchana Divyam Purato me bhavatu pundrako dandam. Again here, purato me bhavatu, purataha. Let that Ambal come in front of me. What type of Ambal? Prabhu Sammitokti Gamyam. Vedas are called as Prabhu Samhita. Our religious texts can be described in three ways. Our religious texts, those texts that tells us, that advises us, all the advisory texts, they can be described in three ways. They can be classified into three ways. One is called as Prabhu Samhita. Prabhu means a master. A master does not have to explain himself to his servant. If a master wants it in a certain way, then it is the duty of the servant to do that in a certain way. Master, he never has to explain himself to the servant. Vedas are called as Prabhu Samhita because Vedas are those masters. In Vedas, Vedas will never tell, why should you do this karma? Veda will take, okay, if you want putra kamo, swarga kamo yajeta, if you want to go to Swarga, you have to do this yaga. Vedas will not tell how the yagas work. Vedas will not tell why you should, it never convinces you. It is never bothered to convince you because Vedas are Prabhu Samhita. Vedas are Vedas. That is why it never, we can never question Vedas. We just have to accept Vedas as they are Vedas. So Vedas are called as Prabhu Samhita, just like how a master or a king commands his servants. The next thing is called as Suhrit Samhita. All the Puranas and Itihasas, they are called as Suhrit Samhitas. Suhrit means friends. All the Puranas and Itihasas, they will explain what Vedas have told you, but just like how a friend is explaining them to you, the Puranas and Itihasas will tell a story. Okay, Vedas will tell Satyam Vada, you have to tell the truth. Dharmanchara, you have to follow the path of Dharma. Vedas will not tell you why you should do that. Vedas will not tell you how to do that. Vedas will only tell, okay, do this. Imperative clause, Vedas will do. But Itihasas and Puranas, Harishchandropakyanam. Harishchandra, so we have a story for Harishchandra. And okay, if you tell the truth, this is the phalan that you are going to get. Just like how a friend advises us, Puranas and Itihasas will advise you. That is why Purana Itihasa are called as Suhrit Samhita. And then the Acharya Vakyam, the Guru's Vakyam, is like how a spouse advises to his spouse. Just like how a husband will advise to the wife or the wife will advise to the husband. In fact, the Shastra, it does not say husband advising to wife. It says wife advising to husband. Kanta Samhita nu per. Acharya Vakyam is like Kanta Samhita. It is much more intimate and the Acharya will drive point, in a different way because Acharya is a living entity. He is standing right next to you. Vedas are not standing right next to you. Puranas are not standing right next to you. Vedas, Puranas, they are only books. But Acharya, Guru, he is a living entity who will guide you, who will hold your hands and he will guide you throughout the process. That is why Acharya Vachanam is called as Kanta Samhita. So depending upon how an advice is made, it is being differentiated into three types: Prabhu Samhita, Suhrit Samhita, Kanta Samhita. Here the Durvasa Acharya says Prabhu Samhitokti Gamyam. Ambal is Veda Gamyam because Vedas, Upanishads are part of Vedas, and in Upanishads, Brahmavastu is described in detail. So Ambal is Prabhu Samhitokti Gamyam. Ambal comes. She will come when you chant Vedas. Ukti Gamya, Gach Dhatu, to come. So Ambal will come whenever Vedas are chanted. That is a general meaning. The proper meaning is that Ambal is described only through Vedas. Prabhu Samhitokti Gamyam. Parashivot Sangatunga Paryangam. And Ambal is sitting on the lap of Parameshwara. Tena kinchana divyam. And Ambal is tejaha kinchana divyam purato me bhavatu pundrakodandam. Ambal is beautiful tejas. Ambal is a beautiful illuminating, entity who has pundrakodandam, who is having a kodanda, who is having a will, a bow that is made up of sugar cane. Let that Ambal come in front of me. Purato me bhavatu. Next shloka. Madhurima bharita sharasam makaranda spandi margano daram kairavini vitachudam kaivalyayastu kinchanam mahonaha. And that Ambal Kaivalyayastu Kinchana Mahonaha. So that Ambal give me Kaivalyam. Kaivalyam is another name for Mukti, Moksha. Let that Ambal give me Moksha. So here Prarthana is there. Let that Ambal give me Moksha. What is that Ambal? Madhurima Bharita Sharasam. Ambal Madhurima Sharasam. Shara means bow. Normally, bow and arrow, they are causes of great fear. Bow and arrow will cause us a lot of fear because they can hurt us, right? That is why in Shri Rudram, it worships Namaste Rudramanyava Utota Ishave Namaha, Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhya Mudate Namaha, Yata Yushu Shivatama Shivam Babhuvate Dhanuhu. Shiva Sharavyaya Tavatayano Rudramrudaya. It says Namaskaram to the bow, Namaskaram to the arrows of Parameshwara. Even Rudra will say, hey Rudra, let your bow be broken into pieces because I am so feared. I'm getting so fear. I'm so fearful. Your bow is so fearful that it causes terrible reactions in me. So let your bow be broken for me, says Sri Rudram. But here, what is the bow that Ambal has in her hand? The bow is made up of Ikshukodanda. The bow is made up of Karumbu, sugar cane. And how is sugar cane? It is so sweet. Madhurima Madhurima Bharita Sharasam. The Ambal, she has a Kodanda, a bow, a Shara, which is Madhura, which is so sweet, sugar cane bow. And what about the arrow? The arrows are going to be so sharp and they are going to pierce our skin. They are going to pierce into the flesh, right? No. What about the arrow? Makaranda Spandimarganodaram. And here Ambal's arrows are made up of flowers. Panchabana, Panchabana. She has got 5 floral arrows and that has got honey oozing out of those flowers because normally from flowers honey will come out, right? So Ambal's Kodandam, Ambal's bow is made up of sugar cane, which is sweet. Ambal's arrows are made up of flowers from which honey is oozing out. So even Ayudam is so maduram when they are being held by Ambal. That is what here it says. Let that Ambal give me Kaivalyam, that is Mukti. So we will go to next shloka. Akshudram Ikshuchapam Parokshamavalagnasim Nitraksham Kshapayatu me Kshemetaram Uksharatha Prema Pakshmalan Tejaha Kshapayatu me Kshema Itaram. Kshapa, Ksha, Kshayam அப்படின்னாலே குறைக்கிறதுன்னு அர்த்தம். Let that Ambal decrease. Kshapayatu. What may my Kshema Itaram. Whatever thing that does bad to me. Whatever things that are bad to me, let that Ambal deplete those bad things. What type of Ambal? Uksharatha Prema Pakshmalam Tejaha. Uksha Rudhan அப்படின்னு பரமேஸ்வரனுக்கு பேர். ஏன்னா ரிஷபா, Uksha means Rishabha. Parameshwara is Uksharuda, Uksharatha, because Parameshwara normally goes on நந்தி இல்லையா, நந்திக்கு உக்ஷான்னு பேரு, விருஷபத்துக்கு உக்ஷான்னு பேரு. So உக்ஷரத பிரேம பக்ஷ்மலம் தேஜஹா. Ambal is the love of Parameshwara, உக்ஷரத பிரேம. And here he says akshudram ikshuchapam. Akshudram, again kshu, ksha means depletion. Akshudram, Ambal does not have any depletion. Everything is present in abundance in Ambal. Akshudram ikshuchapam. Ambal again, she has ikshu chapa. Ikshu means a sugar can. Ikshu chapa. Paroksham avalagna seemani traksham. Traksham, she has got 3 eyes and she is also the deer of Parameshwara. Let that Ambal deplete all my misfortunes, all my things that are harmful to me. Next shloka. Bhringa ruchi sankarakara pangam shringaradungam arunangam mangalam apanguram me ghatayatu gangadaranga sangi mahaha. Gangadaranga sangi mahaha me ghatayatu. Me mangalam apanguram ghatayatu. Gangadara sangi mahaha. Gangadara is Parameshwara. Gangadara sangi, the one who is always with Parameshwara. Sangam abdina koodi irukkiradhukku per sangamnu per. So Gangadara sangina, that Ambal who is always with Parameshwara. Mangalam me ghatayatu. Mangalam apanguram me ghatayatu. Let that Ambal bring auspiciousness to me. Let that Ambal bring unwavering auspiciousness to me. How is that Ambal? Bringaruchi sangarakara pangam. Ambal is having her beautiful eyes. Her beautiful eyes, nice black eyes. Nice black eyes. Bringaruchi sangarakara pangam. Shringaratungam arunangam. Shringara Tungam. Ambal is the embodiment of Shringara Rasa. Arunangam, she is having nice red color body. Udikindra Sengadir, Uchittiragam, Unarvudayor Madikindra Manikam, Madulam Podu, Malarkamalai, Abdinla Virama Bhattar Padar, Arunam Karuna Tarangitakshim, Abdina, Lalita Sahasrama Dhyanatriye Vardu. So, Arunangam, nice red in color. Let that Ambal bring auspiciousness to me. With this, we will finish today's class. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.